grace period to like kind of ease into this.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
But as far
Because
as I know, it's playing right now. Yeah.
so should we explain what happened?
Wait, hold on.
Should we explain your disgusting little fuck up?
Buddy,
You slut!
listen.
Li-
Despite my haphazardous nature of trying to get this to record, frames were dropped. Stuff happened. That's why there was an abrupt like stopping point. And then we had a small little error in trying to record this whole part. So actually, we're re-recording the part where we ended up having trouble trying to record the last session.
it's just as complicated to put together as it sounds, viewers.
Basically, there was errors in recording. There was technical difficulties. There we go. That's the term I'm looking for. Technical difficulties.
How am I coming in, by the way?
Great.
Oh, sweet. Then
Yeah,
I'll keep
you're perfect, man.
I'll keep sitting like this.
Yeah, like if I can hear you really well, trust me, the audio is coming out great.
So do we want to get started right away on that list we found that we might want to go over?
Give it a second. I mean,
All right.
we might have some like stuff to read, you know.
Oh yeah, you're right. Good games. So I'm not used to like I'm immediately ruined on good games with you on account of the fact that we started playing Shining Force Neo, and my brain's immediately just like all games that we've played before suck.
I should mention in context to this in Shine Force Neo, this is after we started recording that. So
Yeah, it's funny.
okay, are you ready to read some red
Dude, I'm so
paper?
ready to read. I'm going to summarize everything that I've learned about Walter Sullivan so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, great.
Because this guy he learned
So
something.
this is a plot dump.
Yeah.
Plot
Yeah, I
dump
mean, we
time.
gotta summarize. I mean, come on, it's been like
I mean,
how long?
to be fair, reading these notes is probably good for us too, on account of the fact that he was born right here in room 302 of South Ashfield Heights. His parents abandoned him soon afterwards and disappeared somewhere, leaving the baby alone. He was discovered and sent to St. Jerome's.
Should we really be mixing that in with this?
I don't know, maybe.
It's good practice.
I mean, it was adopted by Wish House, an orphanage in the forest near Silent Hill that's run by the secret Silent Hill religious cult. When he was 6 years old, someone from the cult showed him where he was born.
I wonder how that works. It's like, here's where you were born on this map, this piece of paper, here, this dot, right here.
Let's go there. And
This
someone just,
apartment house, right here.
I love it.
Yeah, on this map, here, right here.
Ugh.
They
I
just keep pointing to this. It's like, Walter, here, this is where you were adopted, right here. On the sheet
so
of paper, right here.
there's just something weirdly un-Silent Hill about the fact that you're learning about a character through notes that you're finding, but you don't really care about the character yet since he
Oh,
hasn't really
I
had
got a weird thing to say about Walter Sullivan, but I'll get into that later.
basically like I don't know. Like a lot of like Silent Hill describes their characters through notes or by talking to them. You don't talk to Walter Sullivan. As such, you don't really care about Walter Sullivan.
Wait,
He's a villain.
you discover them by notes and stuff like that? Because I thought it was the other way. You like kind of slowly get to learn about them, like their dark secrets and the reason why they're in Silent Hill, like slowly by the character
Well,
progression
sometimes
throughout the
it's
games.
notes. Sometimes it's actually really great pacing of cutscenes. Since then, he started to believe that Room 302 itself, in other words, this room, was his mother. Every week, he traveled from the orphanage to South Ashfield Heights, a pretty long trip for a kid his age. Sometimes he took the subway, and sometimes he just decided that earlier games in the franchise might have handled describing and learning about characters more subtly.
But unlike that, we have Walter. And I mean, to be fair, like, you actually did kind of start to get to learn about this character in Silent Hill 2. Because, like, he was brought in, like, in Silent Hill 2. Like, there was mention about this guy who did shit in Silent Hill 2, but then it's just kind of like, no, you know what, we got the setup for this game, but we're not really sure, like, what to do with it. And then the creators were just like, fuck it, you know what, let's just make it into a Silent Hill game. And so they're like, well, we need an antagonist. Who can we use? And so then it was just like, shit, we have a guy. Why don't we just use Walter Sullivan? We've been talking
Yeah,
about
wasn't
him.
there like a really dark character? I'm tired. My headache is already killing me. I'll write more tomorrow. But that's like but you're right. It's just like the Silent Hill elements in this game feel a little too shoehorned.
Well, that's because it wasn't originally going to be a Silent Hill game
Yeah,
to
I know
begin with. July
we've talked
28th.
about this. Go back to like part 2. I'm pretty sure I say it.
Yeah. I mean,
Like I know that, but it's just like you can do something like that where you start incorporating games, and then you can do something like this where it's just like Silent Hill 4 is not a bad game.
no,
It's
no,
just not.
I enjoy it. I like these parts, for instance. Like, I
But
like the first person
The
segments.
Silent Hill elements, like the Silent Hill specific elements, can feel a little too shoehorned sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this was kind of a shoddy adaptation to like combine a game that wasn't gonna be Silent Hill into a game that was gonna be Silent Hill.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, in some points it's great, and other points not so much. But
Before
before
the
that, Alpha, do you feel like we just walked into something?
No.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Yes.
Ah, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, if you think it's normal, that's fine with you. You know, it's like,
I mean it looks pretty normal to me when that happened.
yeah. But either way, I mean, that's besides the point. We're just trying to make a point about the game, but you know, fuck it. Now we got a long exploration segment.
I don't think we can put that on YouTube.
Well, okay. Let me ask you something. This is completely unrelated to what you're trying to like get at.
Like I'm trying to pick up on
Oh,
what's going
I
on.
know, Alflame. I get what you're saying, and I see. The thing is, I already know what happened, and you don't, and that's the unfortunate thing about this situation. Uh, okay, so I should probably explain. Actually, no, I don't. I don't need to explain. I think did we? Okay, I'm trying to remember what happened because originally, like, I don't know, several months ago, we actually got this, and then like there was technical errors, so then we tried to re-record this, but then, you know, obviously we have to dub over the audio because there was an error on my end in technical difficulties. So basically we're doing this part like for the third time, except, you know, it's we already got the footage, we're just recording over the footage.
Yeah, it's and I honestly I'm honestly sick of looking at this level.
It's not a very interesting level. So
I, mean,
basically,
I know it's been a few months, and I know that it's entirely possible that I could forget to include the obligatory mention of drilling through to Eileen's panty drawer.
which, you know, great. That's a great trope that we added. I'm glad that
That's
we
I
actually are
love
trying to find a way out of our apartment any means necessary, even through the stove, you know. Any way to reach our neighbor's room, you know.
the stove that leads directly to Eileen's panty drawer. Gotta
So,
keep
but
drilling.
here's what I was trying to say earlier. Okay,
All right,
well,
let's
I'm
do
gonna
it.
give you two options. One, we can either
Okay.
summarize this whole entire boring part, or we could just kind of talk over it.
Uh.
Because, like, if you want to summarize it, I could do like a short montage as we're just like trying to talk about it.
See, my heart immediately is just like, let's montage the fuck out of it.
Because I can tell you right now, like, all that we're doing right now is like re-exploring the prison, like the Waterworld prison. Because really,
And
all
it's not like it's that interesting. Go to the basement, grab a key. Go to the upper floor, use the key. Go to the
yeah, but
basement.
I mean, there's just a little bit more to that because we have one puzzle to solve. But other than that, it's just we're going back into these rooms that we already went through, finding any items that we can. And
Like,
then once we're
all the second half of this game is backtrack-a-palooza.
it really is. See, like, we got a holy candle right here. You know, that's great. But really, it's like that's all you're doing in these rooms. I mean, there's nothing new. And that's the boring part about this level. It's literally all you're doing is going into every other room that you were into
And the
previously.
layout of the level, while interesting on your first go, isn't necessarily immediately interesting on your second go, because
Absolutely not. I mean, the
one
only
of the
thing that makes it like threatening is you got these guys right here. Okay.
one of the big reasons areas like this are oh right, you fucking using that pickaxe.
Well, I mean, I like the pickaxe.
I
Okay.
don't fucking care. It
You want
annoys
to know the worst part is if this was Silent Hill 2, you know how you get the freaking Pyramid Head's knife?
Yeah, do you use that too, you slut?
I haven't gone that far into like Silent Hill 2 the playthrough, but I'm just saying like if it was that, totally would.
Ugh.
But anyways, no, it's like the whole point of
But
this
what I
is
was
just. Oh, go ahead.
I think the best way to summarize it is the reason levels like this work really well the first time is because there's a thing in horror where every time you go into a new room, there is potentially something horrifying in that room that would either fuck you up or is just horrible. But the second time through the level, you've been through all the rooms and know what's in there.
Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna say this for the first like out of all the other times you're going back into other levels that you previously did.
Yeah?
I think this is the worst one just because there's almost nothing different about it.
Yeah. That's
I
a good
mean,
way.
like in every other one, like take for instance the forest level or like the subway world. Actually no, I'd take the subway world's kind of up there though, but like the forest world, like you have the burned down house, and that's pretty different. And you're just going to like places to collect doll parts, or like in the subway world, it's actually really short in comparison. This one, it's just you have to go on every floor to just see if there's anything that you're missing. And believe it or not, there is actually one item you need in order to like progress. Like it triggers progression, and it's kind of bullshit in that sense, just because you don't really, you wouldn't think of it. It's a normal item. It's essentially one of the swords of obedience, and like you don't think that's like a key item, but you actually need it in order to progress.
Jeez. But you're right. With the with the burned down house,
Subway World was actually really short.
Subway World is short because why would they have you like walk around too long in an unchanged
Yeah,
area?
in addition to that, like it
Oh,
also introduces Walter Sullivan, and you also have Eileen, which you're trying to figure out like uh, the whole like mechanics of escort mission. Which, granted, yeah, it's an additional level of bullshit that I don't want to deal with, but you kind of realize you gotta, and it's not as bad as it could be. I mean, you ever play a game that has really bad escort like mechanics?
I've played Jack and Daxter too, yes.
But you see what I mean? It's like there are worse games that have escort mechanics, and this is pretty low on the list. I'm not trying to make any like argument that it's a good escort mission. It's no one enjoys like guiding Eileen throughout the corridors. I mean, you know what the best part about going to these levels the first time is?
What?
You don't
Being
have
alone?
Eileen. You just can explore. It's like straight exploration.
Yeah, but fuck that now.
So yeah,
I'm just trying to quietly like look at the surroundings of this looping area to see if there's any hints of where you are.
so basically we were on the second floor. We're going to
Yeah.
the first floor. I mean, literally, that's all we're doing.
Are we just on an ocean?
I think we're. You know the lake that surrounds Silent Hill?
Yeah, is this on that?
I think so.
It surrounds Silent Hill?
I mean, like, to be honest, like, I don't know. The only thing I can think of is we're either in the middle of an ocean near Silent Hill, or we're, like, in the ocean next to Silent Hill.
Or we're in Silent Hill, which is now an ocean. What have you done? What? You've melted Silent Hill into an ocean!
Featuring
Oh my
Led Zeppelin.
God. That's crazy! That's the best reaction that anyone could have to like learning that they melted.
I mean, like,
You melted a city! What?
you liquefied the
crazy.
city. There's straight up an ocean at this point.
That's crazy!
How'd you even do that, Walter Sullivan?